I wanted to introduce to you my friend Jackie Engelson. She's a fabulous ELL teacher, and she's laughing because she's so modest. But she has some wonderful techniques that she uses for classroom management. And since I don't have a classroom of my own with things all over the walls to show you, I was very fortunate to have Jackie be willing to show us what she's doing in her classroom. Go ahead, Jackie, and show us what you do.
Yeah. I try to reward positive behavior, and the students in my small groups earn stickers when I catch them doing something good or when I want to reinforce good behavior, and they each have a sticker chart. And they earn stickers by reading extra books each night for homework, and they can earn stickers also for their behavior when I catch them following directions, when I catch them raising their hand, or over here when I catch them following the school's patent promises. Then they can earn a sticker for their sticker chart. And I just may randomly reward stickers for any of these positive behaviors. And when they fill up their sticker chart, they can choose a simple prize from the treasure chest or choose an intangible reward, such as sitting in a comfortable chair for a few days, or they can earn extra reading time, or they can earn lunch with me, which they just love. And oh, that's all I have for the sticker chart. Then can you cut it?
Or we can walk over here.
Okay. And another system which I really rarely have to use, now I really only use it at the beginning of the school year, are my cups with the popsicle sticks. All the students have names on the popsicle sticks, and if they get a warning, I move their stick to the next cup. And the next time I need to move their stick, I would have them think about the appropriate behavior and maybe write about it or the little ones can write a sentence or draw a picture. They need to reflect and think about that behavior. And the final cup would be a call home to the parents, but I don't think I've ever really have to get this far. And on days when we play the cup game, the students who have not moved a stick, these students would also receive a sticker at the end of their class for their good behavior. And now when I want to get the class's attention, one thing I do, sometimes I clap a beat, like, which then the students have to repeat, so that gets the group's attention. And for some of the younger groups, I even start singing a song. One song that I sing is, "Oh, what a beautiful morning.
Oh, I love that song.
Day. I have a wonderful feeling. Everything's going my way." And they know to join in, and then I just get their attention. So
and I have to interrupt you. It's wonderful that you actually have that posted on the wall, because then they can connect the script with what you're singing, and it's a visual reminder.
Yeah, and they know that. And that works really well, and those are a couple of ways that I get their attention.
And it's a beautiful song, too.
Yeah, and that's all I have.
That's all you have?
Uh-huh.
Okay. And there are some other wonderful things that you have in your classroom. I've always talked about the fact that we have to connect what's going on in our culture to language. And for example, I just see here some random things around the classroom. Here you have all the words that are kind of prominent at this time of year, and they can actually see these. They get reminders every single day when they walk in, and I'm sure that you have some kinds of lessons or activities that connect with these words.
Yeah, I use this for writing, our writing prompts.
Mm-hmm.
And I have words, all the high frequency words are on the charts so they can spell. It helps them with their spelling, and I have this little, also while they're writing, a little spelling organizer. They write down their first try, and then they have a second try, and then I help them the third try. But I want them to try their spelling before they ask me, how do you spell a word?
So if someone is writing and they want to know how to spell a word, they come up here and they write it down?
They try to figure it out themselves. They look at it, and then if it doesn't look right, I might just give them a nod, no, yes, and then they try it again. And if they still can't get it, then I just give them the spelling of the word.
Ah, interesting, because this
Yeah.
is something that many teachers complain about. They constantly get interrupted
Yeah, how
with,
do
how do you spell?
spell?
Yeah.
So they can look
Good
at
idea.
our content chart for the words. They can look in the high frequency, and we just have words all around the room. And yesterday, one of the students needed the word lake, and she remembered it was in her a book that we read. And all the students also, after we read the books, they put them in their book bag so they can reread them over and over. So she went to her book bag and grabbed the book and knew exactly where to find the word, and so she connected that word to the book. So that was really exciting that she did that.
And that's an excellent classroom management technique. Also, it may not seem to be on the face of it. However, anything that you can do to minimize interruptions really is a technique to keep the learning flowing and keep the classroom managed properly. So that's another excellent thing, and I'll just take a quick shot here of
These are their mailboxes, and they have writing journals. Every student has one, and then they have their Just Right books that they can buddy read and reread. Just to.
And where do these books
practice
come from?
The books come from our guided reading lessons.
Okay.
Every day they are all in different levels of guided reading, and they come from our guided reading lessons, and they take the books home, read it to their parents, and then when they're done, they go into their book bags so they can reread it over and over.
So these are books that actually belong to the classroom.
Right.
So they can't keep them forever, obviously.
No. And then when they've mastered them, then I move those books back to our bookshelves. So these are books that come from our bookshelves, either the Scholastic level books or the National Geographic level books.
And I noticed that you have all of these organized and labeled. Now, how does a child know which books he or she should grab from?
Well, these are for our guided reading, so I
pull them.
Pull the books for the student.
How about for independent, like silent reading time?
For independent, I just have some fun books. They can go around the room, and I always have library books. And here are some. I put out bilingual books and all kinds of magazines, and they just know which book is at their level. So they can, at independent reading time, they can grab anything, or they can grab a book from their
book bag.
Book bag.
I see. And so the book bag books are already appropriate to their level, and so there's going to be a high level of frustration.
Right, and they can get extra. It's good for fluency practice to. So the purpose of it is for fluency and to just practice rereading and rereading their books. So.
Excellent. And this is another thing here that is very intriguing. Can you tell us a little bit about what you've done here?
This is for kindergarten, first grade, or early literacy. They had a guided reading book, and I also put the book on the chart. My boats are warm, and they can, as a center activity, they can just read this and match the pictures with the words, which is kind of fun. My mittens are warm. My scarf is warm. So they like doing things like that.
And so you just purchased these little Velcro dots. I'm telling you specifically how you did this.
Yeah, I just made this.
Yeah, I mean, you know, this is what this instructional video is about. Tell everybody exactly how you do things.
Yeah.
I think this is absolutely charming, excellent, fun. It kind of reminds me of something we used to have called color forms when we were kids. They were horrible vinyl toys you could choke to death on, but it was fun because you had little manipulatives that had graphics and you could move them around. And this is a very similar idea, but kids loved those, so it's a lot of fun. And I noticed you also had a little chart book that you made with the same graphics that were movable that could be done at a table.
Oh, also I took this Keeping Warm book and I made a big book. This is just from the kinder corner. This is actually for kindergarten, but some of my lower first grade, I also use this book. It's the same thing, but in big books so they can read that over and over. And this one is mittens, the same thing. They can just pull this out. These mittens are little. These mittens are big. These mittens are red.
I'm going to stop here. Thank you, Jackie.